So now coming to the practice questions of the photochemistry unit. So the first question is, which of the law that basically states that only radiations are observed by the reacting system when a photochemical reaction takes place, when a photochemical change takes place. So we know that all the molecules are able to observe the photon light energy and they're able to exhibit a photochemical change. Means that is the first law of photochemistry, also called as the Groth-Draper law. Okay, so the next is energy of 1 mole of photon, that is 1 Einstein is represented by, we know that energy is equal to hc by lambda. So when they are specifically mentioned that 1 mole of photon, the energy of 1 mole of photon is 1 Einstein, means we can write it as E is equal to N into hc divided by lambda. That will be your answer. Clear now? Okay, now coming to the next. The next is, in a Jablonowski diagram, the transition from S2 to S1 without emission of radiation that takes place means we know that there is S2 to S1. It is happening without the emission of radiation, means that is basically fluorescence only. Fluorescence only, there is no emission of radiation happening. Fluorescence involves with state of transition. We know that fluorescence always takes place from the S1 state to S0 state will be the transition that takes place from the singlet excited state to the singlet ground state only. My transition will basically takes place. Clear? Next, phosphorescence is generally slower than the fluorescence. It is because we know that it is because of the spin forbidden transmission. So there is, in case of phosphorescence, there is no spin transition that is involved. In case of fluorescence, obviously it is involved. So because of this only, spin forbidden transition only, phosphorescence is generally slower than that of the fluorescence. Now coming to this question, which process involves transition between states of different spin multiplicity? So transition between states means it will be internal conversion only happening there. Okay, so it will be of different spin multiplicities, internal conversion that is happening here. Now coming here to the next question. The reaction H2 plus Cl2 gives us 2HCl. It shows a very high quantum yield mainly because of the, we know that this reaction is a chain reaction, right? One photon can also lead to can react with multiple molecules as well. So it will be a secondary chain reaction mechanism will be the answer. Okay. Now coming to the certain PYQs which was related to fluorescence and phosphorescence. Which statement correctly distinguishes fluorescence from phosphorescence? Means we know that phosphorescence occurs is due to singlet. No. So the phosphorescence is fast and fluorescence is fast and phosphorescence is comparatively slow is the correct answer here. Coming to the next, the number of molecules reacted or formed per photon observed in a photochemical reaction. So we know the ratio between the number of molecules formed per photon that is observed in a chemical reaction is called as quantum yield. Okay. Now the last is the substance that absorbs radiation and transfers the energy. So we know that the transferring of energy itself, the word itself, we know that the answer is going to be photosensitizer. Okay, so it basically acts like a catalyst only. Clear? So I hope the unit was clear. Thank you.